Hi there, Jay Johnson, windowpurchase.com. Welcome back to my channel. If you find my videos helpful, please subscribe, as I greatly appreciate it. In addition, if this is the first one you've ever seen, I've been in the industry since 2001, and I've actually written 3 books on windows and doors. So my last one came out on Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble about 2.5 years ago. It's called Shopping for Windows 101. So if that lends me any credibility, I've spent a lot of time and money putting together this material. Nobody's told me to do it. Nobody's paid me to do it. It's just I'm doing it for the general audience. Anyway, subject for today is specifically on 3 lite sliders, otherwise known as triple sliders. And I want to show you a picture here. I'm actually going to get up to do this. This is a triple slider, and this is a picture from the inside, and you can see here that you have a much larger picture window in the middle than you do on the sides. Okay, and that's fine, but you got to be careful if you're doing these in vinyl on the triple sliders, because if you watch my video 109, it's how to count windows the right way. Some people would look at this and think it's 3 separate windows. No, if these on each end cranked out, and this was just a picture window in the middle, some companies would actually make those as 3 individual windows, so they'd have more structural support because each of the 3 windows have their own mainframe for support. But when you're looking at a triple slider, the mainframe goes all the way around the opening, and that one mainframe has to support the glass weight of everything, and it's the middle picture window that usually causes sagging problems, whether it bows down, kind of like a little bit of a smiley face, or it starts to turn outward away from the house because of that additional weight in that middle picture window. Now, I can't speak for every company, but a lot of companies will make those to 10 feet wide and potentially up to about 64 inches tall. And so what do? Because if you're getting different quotes from different companies and they're pricing you out with vinyl 3 lite sliders, you're going to assume it's apples to apples. Wrong again. So let me cut it down for you. First of all, the extrusion, the vinyl extrusion here is going to mean everything. And I have a number of videos up on why multiple chambers in vinyl really matters. It creates more strength, more energy efficiency, more noise reduction. But let's forget the energy efficiency and noise reduction right now. This is where you need to pay attention to strength. So on this table you have 4 window profiles. These look somewhat similar to each other. These look somewhat similar to each other. These are your lower end vinyl frames. They lack insufficient chambers. And I'm going to use my little zoom button here today. You can see there is not that many chambers in this thing. And here there is even less. But I want you to notice the same depth, which is 3 1/4 inches. And that's very common on a lot of replacement windows, that 3 1/4 inch depth. So you go stuffing that in the wall, you make it really wide, and then you get your sagging issues. Now this is a much better framing system, like really a lot better, okay? You're going to have a lot more strength there. The interesting thing is this on top, it's still 3 1/4 inch depth. They both share the same depth because it's physically this part from here to here that's going to be on the wall, not this part hanging out here where the screen goes. So theoretically you have the same amount of material sitting on the sill, but you have many more chambers here for strength. All right? So your better companies making better vinyl profiles will actually still not do the 3 lite sliders or the triple sliders in this frame, even though it's awesome. They will use a 4 9/16 frame. So now what you're seeing here, and I'm going to zoom in a tad more, is This whole profile from here to here is 4 9/16. All of that is going to be sitting on the sill, and it's going to support that glass weight and keep it from tipping out away from the house or sagging like a smiley face when you have that additional glass weight from that larger picture window in the middle. It still might have not happened with this one because it's such a well-made frame, but instead of just having 3 to 3 1/4 inch sitting on that sill trying to keep the glass from tipping out, you are much better off with a 4 9/16 frame. And that is basically what the video is about. So when you start to get different quotes on windows, it's all too easy to have everything appear to be the same when the companies aren't really teaching you anything and when they're simply just there to sell you something. Your better window companies, especially if they have control of their own manufacturing process, they're going to be using better vinyl grade materials. Then they're going to construct the frame better. You're also going to have more fusion welds in the corner. And they're going to go to a thicker framing system when you have those issues with those triple sliders going all the way across, because it shares the main frame instead of having 3 separate main frames throughout that unit. So another thing while I'm on it, I will add another generic word I don't like in the vinyl industry is fusion welded. Well, first of all, if you don't have that many chambers here to start with, you have very little to weld at the corners. And a lot of the companies only do an outer weld, they don't do an inner weld. The same thing here, you've gone from 3 or 4 chambers here down to 2 here. You have almost nothing left to weld here on the corner. Here, you have outer welds, you have inner welds. This frame actually happens to have 23 chambers, and I actually know for a fact, because I know this frame very well, once this is all fusion welded, this corner alone will support almost 6,000 pounds. This will support 6,000 pounds, and it has 50 fusion points and 76 sealed chambers. So quit thinking that vinyl is vinyl and we're all selling you the same stuff, or that guy's selling you the same stuff. You need to get into these details. And when these companies come out, they are not going to get into the details, so that kind of falls back on you. Anyway, my book, which one is it now? Shopping for Windows 101. It's been a long day, what can I tell you? It gives you specific lists of questions to go through, so when you're having these companies come out, if you just follow those questions, you're really going to put them in the hot seat and make them more accountable. Not so much for what you're being told, but even more importantly, what they're not telling you. Anyway, that's it. Jay Johnson, windowpurchase.com. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and hope you have a great day.